right, Mocha Marbles, welcome to this week's Mocha in the Morning, where we're adding a little flavor to your morning blend. I'm your host, Miss Keisha Boy, and of course, I could not do this without my cafe con leche, my officially Jorge. Hello, my darling. How are
Good
you?
morning, my fabulous one. And again, happy Black History Month and wishing you all of the Black love the world can give you. I just want to fill your cup up.
Ooh, fill my cup up, baby. Yes. And I will always
Good
love
morning,
you.
good morning, good morning.
Good morning, darling. Listen, it is already almost like the end of the month, which is
It just happened though. February, it's happened.
It was just February 1st, and now we're already jumping to the February, what's February 19th? 19th. We're like almost at the end of the month. That's crazy. Listen, life is getting a little expensive around here. I don't know about you, but honey, my son, husband, and me too, we love bacon. And when I tell you, I almost have to reconsider. Like, how can I make this at home? Like, I can't. I gotta buy it in the store.
Girl,
like,
if we were in Puerto Rico, I mean, you pretty much raise your own bacon.
Listen, and look, I'm from the backwoods of Georgia, so I know about raising my own bacon. But what we're gonna no, listen, it's expensive. Groceries are high, okay?
Yeah, they are. Well, I was just at the grocery store, and I'm not gonna name no names, especially if they're not paying for a spot. But I think I have about like maybe 4 things. And the lady looked at me and she was like, okay, that'd be like 77, whatever. I'm like, for what? Like,
all I got was grapes, aluminum foil, plastic. What?
And the Twix. And I'm like, wait a minute. Like, it just got to the point where like it's been like, and then the thing is, first of all, I refuse to do self-checkout. I'm like, no, ma'am, I don't work here. Like, you know what I mean? I will wait in a line of 55 people because I am not ringing myself up. I just refuse to. I'm just not doing it. Like, what is that? Like, no, I'm like, I'm that person.
Look, I am the opposite because I would not wait if there's an open scanner thing. I'll just scan myself and keep it moving. But I was like that for a long time. Like, why am I scanning myself? Because people work here. Y'all taking jobs from people. But yeah, inflation is real. Like,
all the way real.
Whew, Amazon Prime, honey. Amazon Prime. Okay. And we know everybody's an Amazon shopper, but I remember when Amazon was like $99 and now it's $139. Okay.
And the thing is, they got you where like
got you hooked.
They do. You can't, like, what are you gonna do? Like, if I don't have my stuff like in a day or two, like, and then the thing about it is that you have so much access to like all these products that even back in the day, like you didn't even know that you can even get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They got it like that. Just like, girl, it's hard out there.
It's a mess. I mean, and everybody's affected, from the car business, the homes, and just supply and demand is just crazy.
I just ordered because I'm taking a little holiday, and thank you everybody for wishing me and of course honor happy birthday. It was a very nice weekend. Thank you. Yay. But like, I'm taking like a little holiday. I'm trying to bounce for a couple of days, and I have ordered, some shoes, and you know how my taste in shoes, and so typically I'm used to getting like FedEx in 2 days, and now these hoes ain't gonna be here till like Monday. I'm like, well, I'm already home.
Right.
I don't even have Milwaukee's no more.
Right.
I know it's like first world problems, but like the other day I was watching the Val Trenda show, which is on live every Saturday at noon. And she was talking about like the side effects of the pandemic. Like, if you haven't been like directly like affected or impacted, but now it's like the ripple effect. You know what I mean? It's all like certain things are like you're starting to feel the crunch, the pressure, because it's just along the line. It's just getting to us. You know what I mean? Like there's a volcano eruption and then the tsunami happens and the waves come in. Girl, here come the waves.
Here comes the waves. But you know what? I am so prayerful that we're somehow turning a corner on this thing and getting back to life. And hoping that we will see a drastic decrease in inflation over the next few months, because I mean, it's just hard for people to manage with all this going on. But
well, we love that all of you still manage to watch us.
Yes, we don't cost you one thing, not a thing.
Right? Seriously. So let me just
what you doing?
What? It's my watermelon.
Oh gosh. Listen, we have so much to cover today. But first, coffee.
That's how I be stirring it. I be stirring I gotta the sweetness is my weakness.
No. Get out. All right, Mocha Marvels, welcome back to Mocha the Morning, where we're adding a little flavor to your morning blend. Of course, I'm your host, Miss Keisha Boyd, and I have my officially Jorge here, and he has this week's Steamers. What do you have for us, darling?
I sure do. I got everything that's happening in Black Hollywood and entertainment. And this week, we're going to start off with a Queen theme. So everybody, grab your tiaras and your crowns, because here we go.
All right.
Check this out. Oh my goodness. The queen of the runway, supermodel and icon, Naomi Campbell, is on the cover of British Vogue with her baby.
With her fine self.
Oh, first of all, let's just have a moment of silence to acknowledge
all.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. All right, so Naomi Campbell is on the cover of British Vogue with her baby, and of course, a stunning photo spread. I mean, from like the skin, the legs, the look, the face, the hair, the baby, her daughter, which she just flat out said, she's adopted and she's my daughter. Done. Like, and it's just the end. Period.
The end.
Like, that's it. And nobody knows what her name is. Mm-hmm. There's only like a couple people, a couple of kitty cats on that catwalk that know what the name of her little kitten is. And she says she's going to wait to give everybody all that information on her book that she's starting to work on.
Oh, awesome. Congratulations to her.
But okay, Naomi Campbell was slaying the runways in the 90s. She was one of the original supermodels, like Christy, Naomi, Cindy, Nick, like the for real ones. Not like, no tea, no shade, but like
no. Yeah.
And she's still, I think she looks even better.
Yeah. Listen, I'm telling you, black don't crack, baby. This melanin is given life. Okay, so she is definitely a prime example of that.
Yeah. And congratulations again to Naomi Campbell and her little daughter, and for that spread. You look amazing. Thank you, Queen. Another Queen. Oh, another one of my favorites. It's like, you know what? It's not even like a Queen theme. It's like more like a GOAT series, right?
Yes.
Of steamers, right? Yes. It's a GOAT series of steamers right now with these queens, because the queen of the court, Serena Williams.
Yes, come on, Serena.
Right, is snatching another trophy, another award. If you go to tennisworld.usa.org, she's going to be honored with the Fashion Icon Breakthrough Award. Now, what's really super awesome about this is that, you don't know of that many like athletes who are, looked at as like fashion icons.
Yeah.
But the GOAT, the queen of the court, is snatching that trophy. So congratulations.
The thing is, she's created her own lane. She was like, oh, y'all don't have nothing for the thick athletes, the girls that got a little, Okay. Let me create something.
Yeah, and the thing is, she has asked by Serena. She's also collaborated with Signet Jewelers to create like Serena Williams jewelry. If you see like the letter S and stuff like that. She has a deal with Zales. She's got her home shopping, club network. I mean, like she's like, she's BFF with Anna Wintour. So I mean,
yes. Go ahead, Serena.
She's always in the box. So yes, congratulations to that queen. And let's continue with our GOAT series of steamers, right? The queen, like the GOATs of queens, right? Miss Simone Biles, the queen, right? Yes. The queen of the floor, the queen of the vault, the queen of the balance beam, the uneven bars, the flippity doo-dah-yay is getting married.
Yay! Congratulations
to her boyfriend who plays, he's a safety for the Houston Texans.
And, he's a looker too. They're both a very good-looking couple.
Yes. Good-looking couple. Look, you know what? It's so funny because, like, again, it's Black History Month and all this wonderful news about these queens who are, / goats. I mean, because don't even try to front. And y'all, Mocha Marvels, y'all know it's GOAT series.
It's GOAT series. They're all amazing women doing amazing things, and all this happiness is just, I love it.
So I'm just glad, and I know for sure, like their relationship, truly, they're between like their courtship and their engagement and their marriage. It's always going to be safety first.
Safety. That was a good one. I have to give it to you. That was pretty. I wasn't ready for that one. That was good.
Let's move right along to award season.
Yes.
Okay. So it's award season. Hello, everybody. And we talked about the Oscar nominations. So that's all I really have to say about that. But the Academy Awards looks like it's going to be hosted by our fabulous friend and Mocha Marvel, Wanda Sykes, and Regina Hall. There's someone else who's supposed to tag along with them, but they had nothing to do with the show, so we're not really going to mention it. But yeah, so congratulations to that dynamic duo.
Yeah.
And the third leg.
Right. You know what? You ain't right.
So but this is a really cool, very interesting news about the Academy Awards that's coming up. First of all, it's the 94th annual awards ceremony. It's going to take place at the LA Dolby Center or Theater on March 27th. But guess who's producing it?
Oh, let me do this one. My Rattler brother, my Florida A&M graduate, St. Pete native.
Yes, come on, the bird
of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, Mr. Will Packer is producing this show.
So now I'm like, you know what? Maybe I will watch it this time.
Absolutely. I will be watching just because a Black man, a Rattler, someone that I have a personal connection to is producing this show. And I'm so very proud of him. Oh my gosh.
I think that's awesome. And congratulations to Regina Hall and Wanda Sykes and Will Packer. I mean, so we definitely have to watch it. Speaking of awards, we have the 2022 NAACP Image Awards coming up. But then, so the nominations for Best Dramatic Series came out, girl. And, if you need to find out what you need to watch, first of all, if you want to find out what's happening, what's cute, where to go, what to watch, what to listen to, just pay attention to our Mocha Minute that we have every week, brought to you by Black in Florida. But you can also go to the NAACP and they will let you know what's on and popping. But these are the shows that are being honored or nominated for Best Drama. So you have 911. There's got Miss Angela Bassett in there. Yeah. Representing the bird again.
Yeah, my soul. Yep.
Right? You have All American. You have The Godfather of Harlem. You have, of course, Queen Sugar, produced by Harpo, and Pose, which I got to hang out with all the girls up, from Pose. Yeah. So I mean, how do you pick? I mean, this is like the quality, that they're bringing to the table.
Listen, the NAACP Awards is one of the most coveted awards, especially within our community, because it does honor those in Black Hollywood, that are doing great things. But it's the hardest thing to vote on. When I went through those 51 categories, I was like, oh my gosh, how do I choose? Because I love this, I love that person, I love this show. It's so hard to choose. And personally, I had a time to, I had a hand in Club Shay Shay, which was nominated for best podcast in society or culture and entertainment. So I worked with Fox Sports and Club Shay Shay Shannon Sharp on that team. So we helped to get that nomination, which we were so excited that we got that nomination. So I'm so happy that one, we're able to recognize these shows and the talent in this way. And people often say, you will often hear some of your biggest celebrities say, this award means the most because it's from my community, So
you might need to say that again for real. Okay.
They appreciate it because it's from their people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
it matters,
It does.
So congratulations.
Yes.
Just all of those wonderful shows. I'm glad I don't have to vote either and just be like, I want all of them to win. So right. And speaking of winning, another queen who has produced so much Black girl magic. Issa Rae is set to receive the 2022 PGA Visionary Award. Okay, what is she not winning is my question. Just let me know that. Just let me know what Issa Rae is not winning. And of course, she is, of course, a lot of the creator, developer, writer for, the hit series Insecure, amongst other things. Come on. So she's Emmy nominated. Her show was Emmy nominated. She has a web series, Awkward Black Girl. The 2022 Producers Guild of America. Come on.
I'm very proud.
So she says Issa makes us excited for the future of television. Now, when you have your community, your peers, your colleagues looking at you, saying like, you're the future. Yeah. So congratulations to her. She just continues to just shine bright like a diamond. She's, her future is definitely secure.
Hello.
All right. And okay, so this is fun. Jordan Peele has a new movie coming out. It is called Nope. And we're saying hell to the yeah. Ooh, yeah, what? Black people, aliens, yes. So I'm so excited that it's going to come out in July.
Listen, that is going to be,
because let me tell you, talk about breakthrough. Let me just spend 5 minutes in his mind.
Oh yeah,
and just see if I can even get out of there. You know what I
mean? Yeah. He's a creative genius, and I'm looking forward to Keke Palmer and Daniel Kaluuya. I think that's how I pronounce his name.
And of course, Stephen Yeun. Yeah.
If it's anything like the Get Out, his premiere horror film, I'm looking forward to this one. Although I am not a fan of sci-fi nor horror, but I do support Jordan Peele.
Yeah, I love all that. And Us? What?
Oh yeah, and Us was good. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna have to be like, I'm under a blanket like this, watching it like this. I
love all that.
But I'll be there.
And you know what? Our Mocha Marvels are gonna love?
What?
We got a little clip.
Ooh, child, let me see.
Trailer.
All right, take a look.
Yeah, you might have to take a look at this, but have some coffee first.
Yeah. All right, we'll be right back with more Mocha in the Morning, and Piping Hot is coming up.
Yes.
All right, Mocha Marvels, welcome back to Mocha in the Morning, where we're adding a little flavor to your morning blend. I'm your host, Miss Keisha Boyd. And of course, I could not do this without my Mocha Marvels sisters. It's time for Piping Hot. So let's bring them on in the room. Miss Liz Everett.
Oh, it's time to slay on Saturday, y'all.
All right, Miss Kenya Woodard.
Happy Saturday, everyone.
It works. And of course, Miss Shalette Davis.
Look who's back. Look, y'all don't make this a regular occurrence now.
Ooh, child, you see the slaying with the hair. Come on. All right, let's jump into this Super Bowl, baby. Listen, first of all, let me tell y'all how shout out I am, because at 8:00, just before 8, I call myself like, ooh, the Super Bowl starts at 8. Let me turn on the TV, baby. I was like, oh, it's 18 minutes to halftime.
Perfect time. The game started at 6:30.
The game started at 6:30. I was like, oh, this is horrible. Okay, this is horrible. But that's all right. I did not miss the star of the show, which was halftime. Okay.
Absolutely.
They put it down for halftime. It was one of the best shows I've seen. Now, we've had some classic performances for halftime, you know, Prince and Michael Jackson and, you know, Beyonce. Whitney Houston, Beyonce and Bruno Mars. But this halftime was blackity black. Do you hear me? Okay. Even Eminem almost didn't pass for white. Do you understand? Okay. What was your favorite part? What was your favorite part, Shalette?
So it had to be when Mary J. Blige did a full out shabam. What's it called? It's fell out. Yeah, she just fell out like she was in Pentecostal church or something. I love that. It was so Mary, and it was the perfect time to do it. I don't know if Mary's done that during her concerts before, but you know, Mary be going through things during her concert. Oh, and it was just the production value for me. The production value, but Mary was my favorite part.
She became a good meme. Okay. Now, okay, so there were some pivotal moments. Liz, what was your favorite?
Mary, hands down. Mary, hands down. I mean, yes, there were other pivotal moments, but for me, you know, it was Mary, and also 50 Cent looking like $1.50. You know what I mean? Like, I was really here for it. I really was here for it.
Listen, absolutely. $1.50 we would all take to the bank. Okay. Kenya, what was your favorite?
Oh, Mary, hands down. Listen, the outfit, the stage presence, you know, and she's a leave it all on the stage kind of performer. If you've ever seen Mary in person, you can't help but to just almost get the Holy Ghost watching her part. So, you know, for her to do the whole shebang and everything, I was ready to go. I was hyped by the
end. Yes. Now, everything. Now, Eminem took a knee during this performance. Dr. Dre left in his "we don't mess with the police" line, and you know the NFL, they have since said that they did not forbid Eminem to kneel. So you know they definitely have some issues that they certainly wanted to avoid. So I'm glad that they did not tell him that. But hey, they can't censor people. I mean, they censored somewhat, but let me tell you, Snoop Dogg was the coolest mofo. He is the smoothest, coolest, lankiest dude ever. Like, I loved it. I just love watching him because he was truly in his little element, you know. So I love that. And what about this? You know, Mary's been on her press trail, and she's talking about how she went on tour so she could pay alimony to Kendu. What? She was broke from the divorce, Liz?
You know, he originally asked for over $100,000 a month. Over $100,000. I'm just, you know, can we focus on $100,000 a month? Like, I want to give y'all all the vocal dynamics. So in whatever whistle or thistle you can hear it through, we take this in $100,000 a month. And they wanted her to pay $30,000 up front plus back palimony. I mean, I don't have 30,000 or 100,000 just chilling in the bank waiting. You know what I'm saying?
Every month you
know what I mean? Plus trying to pay a loan. Like, think about it. If you guys really start doing the math on the entertainment business, which what? You got to pay your publicist, your stylist. Like, nobody does this stuff for free just because you're cool. Like, I know that that's the thought process that folks have, which is why when people's star starts rising, they start, calling you like, well, I can pay you in, no, that your exposure doesn't pay my bill. So you know what I mean? Like, in this case, Mary had to have that money in the bank. And I think people forget how much the entertainment life costs. So I believe her 110%.
Mm-hmm. Well, look, she always gonna rise to the top. That's her thing.
She's the cream, darling. She's the cream. Come on.
Is, honey. Can't nobody hold too many candles to Mary. Okay? At all.
If anything, it gave her just the whole experience going through this divorce and having to pay this man alimony. I mean, equal rights and everything, that's great. But if anything, that experience helped fuel her performances. I felt like her performances during that tour, her most recent tour, it was powerful. Like, she was feeling something every single show. And she gave you everything she had every single show.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Now, what about the Super Bowl mixing up Mickey Guyton and Janae, what is it, Janae Aiko? How do you say it? Aiko. How that happened?
We don't all look alike. Let's just put it out there. We don't all look alike. I need y'all to get better and do better. You cannot expect to up your inclusivity and your equality and your quality and all the other things. You know what I'm talking about? If you do not, therefore, do the identity mapping. Like, a big part of PR is doing identity mapping, right? Having the photo and matching it ahead of time. Like, that's part of production. So like, I need y'all to get it right. And then you wonder why Black people are screaming when we have opportunities and you don't do it right. But the other thing is, what's really important is, if Mickey Guyton had been a smaller artist, she would have lost that entire opportunity because they didn't put her name right. Mm-hmm. If she wasn't somebody who already had a lot of things popping off, that person then loses that opportunity for their brand, basically, because they can't promote it in a way that was like, hey, here's me on TV with my name up on the screen, which is a huge way that you prove yourself to brands later on to get bigger deals. And I think that those are the things that people do not consider when they're thinking about things like that. Most people are probably like, oh, whatever, Mickey. But I'm like, she might lose another deal or whatever. But luckily for Mickey, she got a lot going on. So congratulations to her. Like, I'm a huge fan, so kill it, Mickey.
Yes, absolutely. All right. So moving on. The Winter Olympics are happening. People are doing drugs. No, I'm just joking. So Kenya, I'm coming to you with this one. So this young lady, this Russian, Kamila Valieva, I don't know. What is it?
Valieva
is returned to the ice after she tested positive and failed her drug test. However, we all know that Miss Sha'Carri Richardson was not given the same grace. So what are we talking about here?
Good question. I'm wondering what we're talking about as well. The IOC, which is the overseer of the Olympics, pretty much said, okay, yeah, she tested positive, but we're gonna go ahead and let her compete. Because their positioning is that because she is a minor and she's not in control of her training or what she ingests or whatever, as part of her training, that she personally can't be held responsible for testing positive. That's pretty much what it comes down to. Sounds crazy, right? Pretty much what it comes down to. Now, a couple of things. Camila was already qualified to participate in the Olympics, in the Winter Olympics, okay, which means she had pretty much passed all other, tests and, medaled in other areas in order to get to the point where she is now. Now, what happened is that, of course, athletes are continuously tested up until competition. So this latest round of testing, she came up positive. So, because a lot of people were like, well, how did she even get to the Olympics in the first place? This is how it happened. Now, here's the situation with Sha'Carri. Sha'Carri she was trying to qualify. She wasn't already qualified to participate. So when she tested positive, she knocked herself out of the qualifying round. Now, here's the issue, though. Here's the issue. The IOC is pretty much saying, if you're already qualified and you test positive, we're going to cut you some slack. We're going to, investigate, see what happens. Now, my understanding is that they have a zero tolerance policy regarding drug use testing positive, or at least it seemed that way when Sha'Carri came up positive for testing for marijuana, even though she wasn't qualified. What's really going on here is the big question. And I've long said, even before the whole situation with Sha'Carri, the IOC needs a complete makeover. And this latest series of incidents is not making their case any better. For whatever reason, they need to decide, listen, we have a zero policy against testing positive in any substance. And that's the other thing. Marijuana is not a performance enhancing drug, whereas this substance that Camila tested positive for is. Come on, what are we doing here?
Listen, what are we doing here? Because that excuse of you took one of your granddaddy's pills. What you win?
Right?
When you're gonna live in your house? Like, come on now. Go ahead, Shalette.
No, I have questions because I've been on vacation. So what drugs did this ice skater take? One of her granddaddy's pills?
She said she mixed it up with one of her grandfather's pills. And it's
a banned heart medication. Supposedly this medication, the way that it increases blood circulation. Okay.
Yeah, your blood flow. Yeah. So first of all, you just straight up lying.
Exactly.
Straight up lying. And Richardson, she, was I feel like really upfront about what happened. It was really upsetting. It's like marijuana use is practically legal.
Performance enhancing. That's the bottom line.
And it's not performance enhancing. I just think this is capital R racism, y'all. I'm just sorry. Maybe it's little r racism, but like it doesn't add up to me. And also it might be a result of the team that Richardson has, protecting and surrounding her versus this ice skater, right? And that's all still little r racism because it boils down to privilege. This young lady might have the privilege of being represented by a team, a cadre of lawyers and people in the industry that were able to protect her better than Miss Richardson.
Can we talk about the fact that it says here that in November she set 2 world records?
Girl.
I have so many questions.
A lot, right?
I have so many questions, but at the end of the day, we have to remember when you're talking about entertainment, when you're talking about sports business, please do not forget the word business. Because if you're making money for these folks,
they will move mountains, honey. Mountains, okay?
Scrub records and all.
Exactly. Hello.
But I'm gonna mind my business.
All right. So let's talk about, and continuing with Olympic conversation. Shout out to Florida's own Erin Jackson, who won gold. Okay. She is an Ocala native, a University of Florida graduate, and she took home the gold. So we are so very proud to see her face represented as noted in the history books as a top skater. And I was like, honey, listen, if the sport requires speed, strength, honey, the Black Girl Magic gonna give you some thigh power, okay? We're gonna give you some thigh power. So she was in that thing doing it. Yes, you got to get that strength from the thighs. And so congratulations, Erin, on that. But the thing is though, Black figure skaters don't get this opportunity very often to represent. They feel like they are kind of blocked out of the sport, so to say, which is hard to, it's not hard, and I'm not surprised even today where we're still dealing with that type of situation. So hopefully this will be a door opener and for the future, figure skaters and such for our Black girls, melanated Black and brown girls. All right. Still here in Florida, okay, which is, I don't even want to mention his name, but Zimmerman had a lawsuit against Trayvon Martin's parents, which I still am baffled by that. But thank God, a judge saw fit to throw it out. Can you make it make sense?
I wish I could. So look, here's the deal. it's been almost 10 years since this guy shot and killed Trayvon Martin. Can you imagine being Trayvon Martin's family and still having to endure this nightmare 10 years after this incident? Like, come on, guy. Like, I don't know. What I do know is that a judge said, nah, to this latest lawsuit that he filed, claiming that it was a defamation lawsuit. So he's claiming that pretty much the Martin family made him look bad, destroyed his goodwill and reputation, whatever. The judge was like, judge was like, fooey on that, sorry, but basically he failed to prove his case is what the judge is saying. He's not saying any fraudulent representation, and that, any further arguments in this case, they don't matter, because he basically didn't put up a case. So sounds like he's still mad about incidents that he initiated that led us to the point where we are now, right? So I'm wondering who he has to blame for all of this. It's certainly not the Martin family.
Exactly.
It's like when you start a fight and you get mad because you were wrong in the first place. You started this, sir. You started this. And I think that this is just a ploy. He's trying to stay relevant. I almost Octomom is not like this anymore, because I've got a whole update on Octomom, but he's like the Octomom of our time. He will do anything to stay in the news, stay relevant to people who represent his base, and which equates to his paycheck. It is disgusting.
Well, my thing is, aren't your people taking care of you? I mean, he was making these appearances at, these pro whatever. I can't even begin to imagine what kind of people are gathered at these events, but where he was welcomed and he was signing books and autographs. I mean, are they not still taking care of you? Are they not still sending money to your Cash App to pay for your, legal fund or whatever? Be with your own kind. We don't need to be part of whatever madness you're cooking up against this family. Please go away.
Please go away. Capital N narcissism is really what this is. Mm-hmm. Like if we once again, him and Kanye can live on an island together, like this is you're not responsible for anything that's ever happened to you. You've never made any wrong decisions. Everyone always reacts badly to you. I can only imagine the difference in the story that one side of the story tells versus the other in this, because of his lack of ability to have empathy and emotion. Because if you had empathy toward that family at all, whether you were wrong or right, you know what I'm saying? If you had any empathy toward that family, you would never, ever, ever, want somebody to experience the pain you had experienced. Absolutely. If you were not a capital N narcissist.
Totally agree. Pass the plate for sure. Listen, so ready to not hear that man's name ever again. Ever. So I'm a parent, and I've certainly considered and heard amazing things about Montessori schools across the country. However, there is one in Massachusetts that is under fire because they had their students, their toddlers, to draw blackface on paper plates for celebration of Black history. I'm trying to figure out, like, what was the lesson?
I'm so sick of white folks feeling like they have to colorize their skin to portray any or experience any type of Blackness. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, Blackness is a culture. It is a mood. It is a vibe. It's a whole movement.
Yes.
And whenever you do things like this, you really just, boil down the representation of our entire history, our contributions to society, to the world, to the color of our skin. And that's disgusting, especially when you're trying to plant the seeds in toddlers.
Yeah.
They don't even see how sick they are. They don't what? We were trying to like role play it. No.
Gillette, that is such a beautiful point, because I do think that that's what people are missing a lot of times actually every time when you boil Black people down, or any culture, honestly, down to just a hairstyle or just a skin tone or just a whatever, you delete the goodness and the layers and the beauty of the culture and the vibe and the smells. We were talking about what's the lotion company the other day? Bath and Body Works.
Yeah.
We were talking about their Black history, or whatever, fail, right? Them putting out a line. Well, you missed the shea butter, the cocoa, the scent of the islands. You missed the history. You can't slap kente cloth on something and say that it's Black history when you don't honor the true roots of what it is and the way that the people developed. So anything like this from an educational standpoint, where you're not honoring the culture, the vibe, the sounds, how Ida B. Wells, continued despite what happened to her. You know what I mean? Like how that shapes those young people's realities. Like you're entirely right, Shalette. Like it's just completely insensitive and just totally deletes the honor of culture.
Yeah, absolutely. That's crazy. All right, and let's round this thing out. Black workers at Tesla, and Elon Musk Tesla, are fed up and done, right, with them creating hostile environments for them. The work environment is not good for Black people, and they are reporting discrimination like at very high levels. But didn't they have another man that sued them previously, Kenya?
Yeah, this guy, Owen Diaz, he was actually a contractor at the Fremont location, the same location where the California agency, Department of Fair Employment and Housing, has filed this humongous lawsuit against Tesla. He was at the same plant, and his his accusations match up with those that have been listed in this latest lawsuit, and Diaz got $137 million. So
something must be wrong there.
Tesla may be looking at another huge payout soon. Basically, California saying, hey, look, y'all got a lot going on here. Discriminating against your Black employees. There's been racial slurs thrown around. Drawings. Can you imagine somebody drawing something? Bananas. And then they have not been, promoting Black employees at the same rate as white employees. And then infractions against Black employees, the punishment was different dramatically from that of white employees. All kinds of stuff going on. This is not looking good for Tesla. So I'm interested to see how this shakes out.
Yeah, agreed. That's something else, boy. But I'm glad
they've also been highly accused of female discrimination as well. 2017, one of the engineers kind of led the way, and once she started speaking up, a lot of other people started speaking up. So this is not new for Tesla. Discrimination in all of its forms is not new for Tesla.
And some of these actions stated, it's been stated that some of these actions are go back as far as 2012, right? It's 2022.
Oh wow.
Yeah. This particular investigation was 3 years. So there's, you know what I mean? We're not talking about stuff that just happened yesterday. We're talking about a pattern of systematic racism and discrimination within the organization as a whole.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, it's a Silicon, in my opinion, it's a Silicon Valley issue. You think about the number of men, the number of white men that are in positions of power in Silicon Valley, and you're coming up, think of the experience. Let's think of like a Zuckerberg, right? You're coming up through college, you got this great idea, concept, algorithm, and you're going to share it with your boys. Most of your boys look like you, share the same type of background as you, and you build that out, and you build, and you still kind of keep that frat boy kind of culture going on, even though it's a little elevated now. You're professionals now, but it's still there. And this is what happens whenever we don't have good diversity, equity, and inclusion training. People are just beginning to say these words out loud and take them seriously. We should just slap a sticker on something and call it diversity. We got Black people in the brochure, but we need to go beyond these performative in diversity, equity, equity and inclusion and go to the actual, transformative experiences for people in these companies. And there are tons of professionals out there that are willing to help these companies. You just have to ask for help and make it happen.
And be genuine.
Yeah.
And be genuine when you put the call out there and to say you want to do this and that. Don't do it when it's popular. Don't do it when it's convenient and makes you look good. But mean what you say,
or be prepared to face more lawsuits where you're shelling out $140 million a pop.
Correct. Have somebody that doesn't look like you in the boardroom. That's why you have a lot of brands like Gucci and some of those other folks. They come out with this shirt or this whatever, and they go, "We didn't know." Well, you knew enough that nobody that looked like you or was from that culture was in that room. You know what I'm saying? Hire a consultant. You hire consultants for everything else. You know what I mean? Like when Bottega went to China and on Chinese New Year put green and yellow on the wall, on the Great Wall of China instead of red. You didn't hire a consultant. Y'all hire a consultant for everything else. You hired them for production. You hired it to systemize your line. You hired it to upgrade your customer service, but you can't upgrade to think about other people's culture. Like we really have some work to do when everything, you're correct, Shalette, is performative. You want to perform and sing and dance, but we really need some transformation and some translation, because you have to understand there's not just one way of doing things, and you don't get to decide the price of entry for every person.
Amen.
Yes. Come on, girl. You trying to collect all the plate money.
All the plate.
You know what I'm saying?
All the plate money.
Oh, it's only a G an hour. It's only a G an hour. I'll consult. Mm-hmm.
All right, ladies, as per usual, thank you so much for joining. It was amazing to have your voices, your opinions, as per usual, each week. I don't know what kind of plans you have for the rest of your weekend, but enjoy the rest of your Saturday and Sunday. And I'll see you next week, my loves. Mwah, 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 mwah.
Hi, everybody.
All right, Mocha Marvels. Take a look at this week's Mocha Minute.
Good morning, Mocha Marvels. It's time for our Mocha moment. This is your time to shine. So if you are celebrating a promotion, a new baby, you're getting married, or you just want to shine, period, you share that with us at Mocha Morning Show.
That's right. So take a look at this week's Mocha moment.
Shining, 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 shining.
Hey.
Listen. I'm doing the news
for today. What?
I'm doing the broadcast journalist paper shuffle. Hold on.
Oh my gosh. Mocha Marvels. We hope that you enjoyed today's show. As per usual, thank you for shifting to Saturday with us. We enjoy you sitting in front of your computer screens, TV screens, with your cereal, your family, your breakfast, your smoothie, whatever it is, your coffee. Okay. We appreciate you tuning in to the Mocha Media Network for our whole slate of shows, which includes Mocha in the Morning, which includes the Fab Lab, as well as the Val Trenda Show. So one thing we want you to make sure you do is not hold it all to yourself. We need more Mocha Marvels. We want more people to join us. So please share the show, tell people about the show, and continue to tune in on Saturday mornings. Jorge, what you think?
Say we love you.
Yes, we do. Until next week, we wish you the very best. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend. Aye.
Now give me some.
You know what? See,
these are organic.
I cannot.